Welcome to Craft Beer and Video Games, everyone. We are going to be starting a new weekly newscast today. We're going with Game News Weekly. We're covering things today such as Marvel's Avengers Beta, how well it did this weekend, the PlayStation exclusives, like Spider-Man. Are they bad for the industry? Activision Blizzard, obviously overpaying their CEO and underpaying their employees, and many more things. What's up on our list today? We're going to be talking about the Anthem Beta. Just had its PS4 beta test this weekend. Apparently doing a beta every weekend for the next 3 until it comes out September 4th. I don't know what I think about this game. I did not get a chance to play it myself. I was playing Fall Guys all weekend because, you know, it's Fall Guys. Come on. But the beta I watched on Twitch from Kinda Funny Games and a few other random people I know, like Bruce and Lawrence from old Funhouse people. Good people there, good stuff. And it looked fun if you have friends to play with. But it looked like a beat 'em up. It looked like 4-player maximum. You can't all be the same Avengers character. Beat 'em up. Anthem came to mind a lot. That's not a good comparison. It's really not. But people say it's like Division or Anthem, and the fact that you'll be able to play it in a live service scenario, so it could be a get banger. I feel like people in the industry, people who are aware of video games more coherently on purpose, are not going to be as enthused based on other games they've played. But people that don't pay attention to video games day in and day out, who only are casual players, are going to buy this up like hotcakes. And it's unfortunate because it's just an average game from what I see. Each time I watched, it felt like each particular NPC playable character was being unique as far as their movement and their actions, but it was all the same buttons. You say you play each player the exact same way, just slight variances, you know, whether you're pulling yourself up with Miss Marvel or if you're flying like Iron Man. And hopefully when Spider-Man comes out for the PS4, it'll be unique, but that's another story we'll touch on next. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're not doing crossplay, which is shocking to me. They will do cross-generation, so if you buy it now for the Xbox, you'll be able to play it on the Xbox Series X. If you buy it for the PlayStation 4, you'll get it for the PlayStation 5. So at least that's a thing. I know that people are wanting crossplay badly, but let's jump into the PlayStation exclusives before we break into my hot take on what's going to go on with the crossplay in the near future. Are PlayStation exclusives bad? Are all exclusives bad? Or is it just the nature of business? So last week, I think it was Monday, about a week ago now, people seem to be quite up in arms about the idea that Spider-Man is going exclusively to the PlayStation 4. Personally, I love PlayStation. They've always had exclusives. That's been half the fun. A lot of people compare this to the Soul Calibur 2, I believe it was, for the Dreamcast and the GameCube and the PlayStation, where you got Heihachi, Link, or Spawn. I mean, who really played Spawn? Who owned Xboxes back then? I mean, a lot of people did, but come on. We're talking big time, most popular, most famous Marvel character is going to be only on one system, which, you know, is Insomniac has already proven they can do that and do well for Sony, but this isn't even the same person. This is the comic book version, not even MCU universe. It's not the Insomniac version they built, who's 8 years later in the future, etc. This is a solely PlayStation scenario going on, guys. I don't really know what they expect to pull off with this. My thinking is that give it 6 months to a year. They're going to give up the rights to the solo for the Sony and give it to both the PC and the Xbox, and then they're going to go crossplay. They're going to have to, maybe sooner, because this game just looks basic. But, you know, personally for me, the PlayStation is not doing anything wrong here. I know it upsets a lot of people, but I mean, how many times has Nintendo done exclusives? Minecraft, for instance. You can play all sorts of unique stuff with the Mario world. They have an entire Mushroom Kingdom available. You can play Luigi and play Mario and play Princess Peach. And in the world of Minecraft, but it only exists on the consoles that are owned by Nintendo, such as the Wii U and Switch. it's unique. People don't get mad at them for that, and they do it all the time. They've always done it. Same thing with Microsoft. They recently bought up Obsidian and Double Fine and Rare. They seem to be making exclusive content for the Xbox Series X. Are people going to be upset about that? I don't see any people flaming them because Game Pass is amazing, so why would they flame them? But I don't understand why people are getting so upset. Yes, it is Spider-Man. Yes, it is a exclusive class, basically, like not just a skin, not just a sticker or a costume, but this is an entire playable style that it is a little absurd for games such as Anthem, I mean Marvel's Avengers, do, but it is what it is, guys. PlayStation's gonna PlayStation. It's, honestly, I love what they do as far as exclusives like Last of Us 2 and God of War and Days Gone, whatever. They make a lot of exclusive games, and I've always approved that. I love the Xbox and PlayStation are going their opposite ways, even though they're in the console wars. It is what it is, guys. Hope you're not too upset. You know, obviously it's all money related. Everything's money related. Sony has deep pockets, Microsoft has deeper pockets. So they're going to be making exclusives. They're going to be sticking to themselves. Are they ever going to put 343's Halo on the PlayStation? Probably not. So moving on, though, we're going to be talking about the Activision drama that's been going on. From what I've read on several websites, their CEO, Robert A. Kotick, is a 30.8 million in 2019 and is slated to make more in 2020. And meanwhile, their employees have just been going on scraps. They have been saving food from home, trying to eat at lunch and then take whatever they can home. They've been saving their money so they can actually live. They can't pay their rent. And it's just crazy that they're making so much money, yet they're not able to share it with their employees. And now they're talking about making it $70 to buy a game next year for the next generation. One good thing, though, coming out of this, the employees are starting to share their salaries with each other. This is how it all came to light. Obviously, a lot of companies and a lot of industries in general, not just the video game industry, do this to their employees. They keep them down. They encourage you not to share your salaries so you don't rub it in anyone's face how much you're making versus them. That's just a way for them to make sure that no one's getting paid enough. And it's super unfortunate. It's crazy. The fact that they're sharing their salaries and they all realize that they're getting screwed while their CEO is making 30 million brought a lot of anger to the community, and hopefully they're able to unionize. Obviously it's going to have a huge hurdles in front of them, probably several of these huge hurdles, but they should not have to put up with this. They work way too hard. Activision makes way too much money. It's just crazy. I can't believe this is happening in 2020, but also, on the same time, I'm not that surprised. So moving on to the next step from that, why Activision already made so much money last year and now they're going to be making you pay $10 more per game. Is that a big deal? Is it not? I don't know. We're not even going to move the logo up in the top left here because why would we? It's Activision doing it. First, it was 2K Sports came out and said the NBA 2K21 for the next generation will be $70, while the previous generation that we're on currently will still be $60. They claim it has a lot to do with the actual quality of the game and how much more it took to make it and how the hours invested and the cost of games is rising, which is very true. But the cost of the dollar is rising as well. Are we going to see microtransactions still? Are we going to have to pay for all the little packs that they offer you in the 2K My Career or whatever they call it, the Ultimate Team that 2K does? That's a EA Sports thing. But they tested the water, and no one seems on the consumer side to be flipping their lids as much as you would think. I'm personally not happy about it, but I'm still gonna buy my games. I would appreciate if they didn't microtransaction me to hell afterwards, but it is what it is. There's been price hikes in the past. Going from the PS2 to the PS3 era, there was a $50 to $60 hike. But there wasn't from the 3 to the 4. So obviously it's been a long time. It's been over 10 years since console prices have changed. The console gaming prices have changed. If you go all the way back to 1990, this is an IGN source I read, on the average, games are about $50. That's $89 in 2013 money. So imagine what it is in 2020. I don't know how to do inflation conversion. I assume it's not great. I remember my grandma, personal anecdote, told me she paid $90 to buy me the Lion King game on Sega Genesis. The Nintendo 64 cartridges, $70 on average. And that was back in 1998, which would be equivalent of $100 in 2013. So, I mean, games have always cost a lot, guys. This is an expensive hobby. We all enjoy it. Obviously, you're watching this. You enjoy it as well. But we're going to have to bite the bullet, guys. Pay $70 and try not to buy as many microtransactions as possible. Because that's how you prove to these companies that you're okay or not okay with something. Is pay with your wallet. You gotta show them with your money. It sucks, but that's what we got to do. Along with that idea of price hikes and everyone charging way more, Gamepass has came into play recently, and it is an amazing service. $15 a month, you can get all the games that Xbox is offering through the Game Pass on the console and the PC version. And coming soon, they're offering the X-Share, I believe it is, where you're able to play on your Android phones and tablets. Not with iOS, which is an interesting story in itself. It seems Apple is the one who's holding all that back. They finally came out this week and admitted that Stadia, Facebook Gaming, and Game Pass from Xbox are not allowed to play games on a cloud through their services. They need to be able to vet each independent game that comes through their ecosystem, and they're claiming that they can't do that with this regards. That's going to be 47% of people who own phones who can't get this X-Share. I believe I'm saying that right. I could be saying that wrong. I'm sorry, Game Pass, if I'm saying that wrong. But holy shit, guys. Can you believe it? Apple's not participating along with Microsoft and Sony and Facebook? Who would have thought? Apple has never been my favorite company as far as that. They've always stuck to themselves, very proprietary technology. They like what they like, but they are a huge resource that Microsoft's missing out on. My fear with Game Pass, even though it is going to be very popular, is that their quality of the game's going to drop. They recently bought up the Double Fines and the Rares and the Obsidians of the world to make games exclusively for them and then put them directly onto Game Pass. Grounded, for instance, an amazing game, very short so far. Avowed, we don't know what to expect from that. Along with Avowed and Halo and Gears and Forza and all the big titles that we got in the game showcase last week, how long are they going to be on Game Pass? Are they only going to be there for a month and then make us buy it with the discount that they're offering? Because the one thing that hasn't happened to any of the games that I enjoy yet has been the leaving the service. Every month they announce, hey, X, Y, and Z are leaving Game Pass. Buy it now before the discount goes away. Hasn't affected the games I've chosen to buy yet, but I feel like it will. And I feel like when these games drop with the big budgets, they're going to try and get more money out of us as soon as possible. Maybe that's just me being cynical, but that's my hot take of the day today, guys. The Game Pass is amazing, but the quality of games are going to be less, and they're going to keep all the high quality games off Game Pass as fast as possible. They already announced every first party game is going straight to it. But is it really going to last? I don't know. One more story that just broke yesterday for you guys. Along with the Xbox, obviously no one knows how much any of the new consoles are going to cost. They're keeping their lips tightly sealed on this. But as of this weekend, people are able to buy a new controller with the share button. Robo White for the Xbox Series S and X. So has Project Lockhart been fully announced? Who knows? It's Microsoft keeping their lips sealed, but look at this controller. It looks pretty sexy. I can't lie. Like they They integrated the D-pad to have little side buttons. It makes for better on fighting games. It's more of the pro style controller. Apparently people have their hands on it. Somebody bought it on a website. I forget the name of the website, but it was something along the legs of Craigslist or any of those websites where you can buy directly from somebody for as low as $35. I don't know what to say about this other than the Project S is gonna be super cheap. I heard a rumor, this is literally a rumor, that Microsoft's willing to go as low as $300 for the Series X and $250 for the Series S. Who knows? All rumors and conjecture so far. But Sony can't afford to go that low. But Microsoft has billions of dollars, and they just want you to get on the ecosystem. They want you to have an Android phone. They want you to have a tablet. They want you to be able to play their games anywhere at any time. They don't care about you buying the console, but they would like you to. If you have a console, that's that much more reason to play. So I assume that they're willing to take a massive hit. From what I understand, the graphics cards in these are the AMD Big Navis, which aren't even available to buy yet for the consumers. When they do come out, they're going to be competing with Nvidia's 2080 Ti's and the 2070 Supers and all that. It's big time, guys. You can't get a 2070 Super for less than $400. You can't get a 2080 Ti for less than $1,000. And they're talking about making the entire console be $300. What the hell? That's incredible. I'm blown away by this notion. This idea could be great. I might even buy an Xbox at that point. I love my PC. I love the Gamepass on PC. There's been like 2 games so far that I have not been able to play because of the console exclusives on Gamepass, even though I pay for the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. But yeah, I rambled on and on, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be doing this craft beer and video games channel a lot. You can check out all my live plays of Fall Guys from that past weekend. I'll be playing more of that soon here on YouTube. Good luck out there, guys. Have fun. This has been my video game news weekly. I hope to talk to you next week, and catch me on YouTube, Twitter. You can catch me at Twitch, obviously, Banana Bush. Pretty much any of the social medias, you'll see them scroll across the bottom here, where Facebook, Twitter, PlayStation, Steam, Xbox, Instagram, obviously here on YouTube. I am Bandana Bush. Thanks for listening to my rant and my weekly newscast, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Peace.